Thank you for tapping in to Miss Tracy and Clarity today. If I gave you the mic today, what would you have to say to the world? I've thought about this myself time and time again. I've sat back and just watched the world go crazy year after year. I tell you now, youngins, I'm sorry. Because this world isn't nowhere near what it was when I was younger. You couldn't pay me to be 20 nothing in these days and times. Murder was a big deal. It was a big deal. Nowadays, we all numb. Do anything shock us anymore? The news was actually shocking in my youth. Not anymore. I read a disheartening post recently where a daughter fell in love with her father. Yeah, you heard me right. She fell in love with her own dad. He got custody of her when she was 16 years old, and he perverted things. His ex-girlfriend exposed both of them. It floored me. I was just floored with the things I come across nowadays. The Epstein files coming out. Oh my God. Cat Williams going in on everybody as he should. And I stand with Cat. I sure do. That whole interview. If you ain't seen that interview with him and Shannon Sharp, honey. Honey, them 3 hours will be worth every minute. I swear, Cat went in. That's all I got to say about it. Woo, that's the kind with the spine right there. It's just the light exposing the darkness. Know this clearly. What you do in the dark comes to light. Watch the moves you're making. My mom always said, live your life. Do what you do. If you can handle the consequences, live on. These youngins seem to have missed the consequences. The old heads will say, you made your bed, now lay in it. Death, murder, sex trafficking, prostitution, ignorance, disrespect, and buffoonery are at an all-time high. I haven't seen days like this in my life, and nobody else either. This world itself is circling the drain. It's mind-blowing to me. Don't get me started on that academics rape situation. Oh my God. Why is this man not arrested yet? Why is this man not arrested yet? Teyana Taylor and Victoria Monet grinding on each other on camera like their little girls will never see that from a decade from now. Ugh. Make it make sense to me. At this point, do prison scare anybody? Do doing time scare anybody? In my day, they used to say, you do the crime, you do the time. I can't tell. My son's girlfriend at the time lit his apartment up with him in it. Yeah, she set it on fire with him in it. And she ain't in jail. This crime happened years ago, and this heifer's still walking around amongst us. People shoot people all the time and get right back out. Yet the Central Park 5 went through hell and high water trying to get out. Over something they really didn't do. They were innocent. Make it make sense. Sound and look like the devil's world to me. People too numb for me. They too nonchalant. I've seen people get robbed in broad daylight and people walk on by like ain't nothing happening. People flipping out mentally left and right and people walk on by like nothing is happening. I've worked with people that talk to themselves. Nobody else is around. Having a full-blown conversation in broad daylight. And everybody keep walking by like ain't nothing happening. What's the danger in this type of behavior? We're teaching the kids that there's not any consequences. They imitate us. Have you seen a video of the kindergartners dancing to the Sexy Red song? They all kept chanting, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. 5-year-old little girls, hands on your knees, hands on your knees. And all of that. It'll break your heart as a parent and grandparent. Do we have a limit, people? How low are we going to go? George Floyd was killed on video. 4 people stood by and watched the cops kill this man. Not one of the 4 thought to themselves, let me knock this cop off of him. That's what I would have done. That's worth going to jail for right there. That man should be alive. Elijah McClain was the 23-year-old purposely injected with ketamine by a paramedic. He was respectful to his last breath. I can't even describe the anger I felt off of that one. If you look at the Dear Mama series and review how certain people were assassinated in their homes, it should upset you to see all of the bullet holes in the walls of their residence. Overkill like a motherfucker. Overkill. It amazes me how they try to sugarcoat. You got to listen to the wording, people. It's never okay. It'll never be okay. You have to be clear on who and what your enemy is. Stop trying to make sense out of nonsense. It is what it is. Remember, God went to war. No one wants to wrap their head around that. There is a such thing as righteous anger. Emmett Till was the last straw for the nation of blacks back in the day. That was what really inspired the civil rights movement. Enough was enough. What would be the last straw for us now? Because they are definitely provoking us. I humbly beg every listener I got to listen to Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on YouTube when you get time. History repeats itself. I came across a 17-year-old girl who couldn't spell the word insurance right. The illusion is the world is getting better because of technology and convenience and all of that. Yet don't let the illusions fool you. There are not only a lot of kids getting left behind, but adults too. Do your research, people. Do your research. That's on you. The state of the world is in more danger than it has ever been in before. The devil about to have everybody where he wants them if they don't truly wake up once and for all. And that's just my observation. What you see. If you have any comments about today's episode, you can contact me at uniquelyt77@gmail.com. That's UNIQUELYTEE77@gmail.com. Godspeed.